Paddy Pimblett's back to doing what he does best. And no, I'm not talking about fighting. I'm talking about blowing up like a balloon the second a fight camp ends. This dude is legendary for his weight swings, and after his fight with Michael Chandler at UFC 314, he packed on 42 pounds in 1 week. 1 week, guys. That's 6 pounds a day. He went from making 155 to nearly hitting 200 pounds faster than most people gain weight during the holidays. And here's the wild part. He's never missed weight in the UFC. Not once. 2 weeks after getting beaten by Justin Gaethje at UFC 324, Paddy posted a photo with his childhood hero, Steven Gerrard. And sure enough, he's right back around that 200-pound mark, looking like he's never seen a gym in his life. Anthony Joshua's living in Dubai now, and he stopped by the PFL event on Saturday night to watch Usman Nurmagomedov choke out Alfie Davis. But the real story happened backstage when AJ went to meet the Nurmagomedov team. We're talking an all-star corner, Khabib running the show, Javier Mendez, Umar Nurmagomedov, and Islam Makhachev all there. Joshua seemed especially hyped to meet Makhachev, showing him something on his phone, and then Makhachev jokingly tells him he should come train in Dagestan. Now, if you know the meme, you know people joke about spending 2 to 3 years in Dagestan to become unstoppable. Joshua laughed it off, said he's not disappearing for years, but he might be down for 2 or 3 weeks. Can you imagine Anthony Joshua showing up in Dagestan for a training camp? The heavyweight boxing champion learning wrestling and grappling from the Nurmagomedov crew? That would break the internet.
Tonight, champion. Oh yeah, thank you.
We come to support.
Thank you so much. And you have to come, bro, not just the shirt.
We come to support.
Ian Machado Gary's out here playing matchmaker for the entire welterweight division, and surprise, surprise, he's got himself fighting for the title. Gary posted his dream matchups on social media, and according to him, he should be the one challenging Bilal Muhammad for the belt. He's got Jack Della Maddalena fighting Kamaru Usman, and he wants to see Shavkat Rakhmonov take on Michael Morales. But here's the problem. Michael Morales can't stand Gary.
Everybody has an opinion on who should fight who next in the welterweight division. Here's mine. Carlos Prates versus Michael Morales, because it is 2 power-heavy hitters, and I want to see who comes out on top. I doubt Morales would take it, because the truth is, Carlos Prates hits harder. I kind of want to see Carlos and JDM too. But I'm going to match Jack Della Maddalena versus Kamaru Usman. I want to see if Jack can stop the takedown. Has he learned? Can he get better? Can he evolve? And has Kamaru still got the gears to be a young prospect? And finally, the world title fight at welterweight. I want to see the champion Islam Makhachev defend his belt against the #1 contender in the world, Ian Machado Gary. I'm next.
During an appearance on the Shamo MMA podcast with Jorge Masvidal, Morales straight up called Gary annoying and said they don't get along at all. Masvidal jumped in too, taking his own shots at Gary, because apparently nobody in the welterweight division actually likes this guy.
Con Ian Garry si no nos llevamos muy bien. Si no
Yo no creo que nadie se lleve bien con Ian Garry. Ese tipo es un pestapinga, bro.
Fastidioso a morir.
Fastidioso, tiene cara de rata, siempre anda hablando mierda.
Sí,
le dices
hay que
algo, le
esperar.
dices yo. Sí, para mí que es un penco. Y ojalá que alguien ya lo exponga y le toque la quijada esa, porque desde que lo toquen, yo ya veo que él no es un peleador. O sea, él puede ganar a peleadores buenos y eso, pero cuando él esté en una pelea que alguien le dé una buena, igual que la pelea de Carlos Freitas, él estaba listo para allá. Él no quería más, él quería que lo salvaran. ¿Qué piensas de Carlos?
Lo vi. Carlos Prates, bueno, tiene pegada también, sabe dónde tocar al momento de golpe.
And get this, Andrei Arlovsky just became a 2-sport world champion at 47 years old. Let that sink in. This man won UFC heavyweight gold over 2 decades ago, and he just captured the BKFC heavyweight belt by absolutely destroying Ben Rothwell in one of the most brutal, bloody fights you'll ever see. We're talking more than 21 years after his first world title, nearly 18 years after he first fought Rothwell in Affliction, and Arlovsky rolled back the clock like he was in his prime. This was their trilogy fight across 2 different sports and 3 different promotions, and it ended in the most gruesome fashion imaginable. At Knucklemania in Philadelphia, Arlovski took control early, just like he did in their previous meetings. Rothwell's been a force in bare-knuckle boxing, but Arlovski looked calm, composed, patient, picking his shots perfectly. Second round, he opens up Rothwell's head with a cut so deep, the blood's just pouring down his face.
Most important, guys, people who in a battle right now with the fucking cancer, don't give up. I'm a great fucking example. 3 times cancer survivor. Keep fight. Life is beautiful. Zarlavsky method, baby.
But here's what makes this story even more incredible. In his post-fight interview, Arlovski dedicated the win to cancer survivors because he's beaten cancer 3 times himself. 3 times. Conor McGregor called him a hero. Fans are calling it one of the greatest stories in combat sports history. And honestly, they're right. This dude was supposed to be done 20 years ago, and he just won another world title. But wait, it gets even crazier. Jakub Vyclak pulled off one of the most dramatic finishes you'll ever see at UFC Vegas 113. This was only his second UFC fight, and he's facing Muin Gafurov in a bantamweight bout that already had controversy before it started because Gafurov missed weight by 5 pounds. The fight's going back and forth, Gafurov's pressuring, Vyclak is working at range and constantly hunting for guillotines, and Gafurov taps with 1 second left on the clock. 1 second. They had to do a lengthy replay review to confirm it, and after the fight, Gafurov's saying he didn't tap. Then Merab Dvalishvili, who was in Gafurov's corner, claims Gafurov only tapped because he thought the bell rang. At the post-fight press conference, Vyclak said he clearly felt the tap before the bell.
Hey guys, I'm here with Muin Gafurov at UFC Meta Apex. I was cornering him and I asked him why you tap, and he told me, brother, why you tap?
I heard him bell, brother. I think I'm okay. Why you not open? What the fuck? Open me. But he's ring.
So how he's saying, how I understand, he's saying he said good, and then when he heard the bell and he tapped, and yeah, that's like such unfortunate. Congratulations to what's his guy's name? Jakub. Congratulations to Jakub. I don't have nothing against him. He's a good fighter, but that's what my brother Muin telling me. He's never taps to choke, but it's like such unfortunate. That's like I just want to show you guys what happened. I hope you guys enjoyed this fight, and my brother, yeah, he's gonna come back and yeah.
Come back stronger. Let's go. You gotta just hang up. Moving.
At the post-fight press conference, Vyclak said he clearly felt the tap before the final bell and expressed frustration that his opponent was unwilling to accept the loss.
I felt that tap, but at start I just, grabbed this gilly, and I was like, maybe it won't be submission, but I tried, and then I can hear his breathing hard, and then I think, in my head I got him, I need to continue that, and then I feel the tap. And then the judge ends the fight. I was screaming, and he's like, "It was the time. It was the time." And no, it wasn't time. It was a tap out. Just rewatch it. And then I'm waiting for a replay, and I see it tapping out, and I was like crazy, I was like, yeah, respect. It was a tough fight, but you tapped out, brother. You tapped out, and I was repeating it. Because I knew that, and he was like, just wait, we'll see. But I knew that in my head, he tapped out. I felt that, and I was completely sure about that.
Alex Pereira was watching his old glory opponent, Dustin Jacoby, at UFC Vegas 113, and based on Poatan's reaction, he was thoroughly impressed. Jacoby had a rough first round against Julius Walker, losing it on all 3 judges' scorecards, getting outpointed and looking like he might be in trouble. But then the second round starts, and Jacoby comes out like a man possessed. He drops Walker with a massive haymaker, and then swarms him with follow-up shots so vicious that referee Dan Miragliotta has to jump in and stop it. Pereira, who actually beat Jacoby back in their glory kickboxing days, looked almost proud watching his former rival perform. He posted a video of himself reacting live to the knockout with the caption talking about how incredible Jacoby's work was and how he wants to see him ranked to show the evolution that's happened since their glory days. That's real respect right there. Watching a guy you beat years ago in a different sport and genuinely celebrating his success.
Really did. Lands an uppercut, and then it was probably another 30 seconds of just Dustin Jacoby pouring it on from every which direction. And finally, Dan Miragliotta said, okay, enough, you got her done.
Mario Bautista just announced himself as a legitimate title contender at bantamweight. If anyone had doubts about whether he belongs in the championship conversation at 135 pounds, he answered them loud and clear with a second-round submission of Vinicius Oliveira in the UFC Vegas 113 main event. Bautista controlled most of the fight, neutralizing Oliveira's game completely, and then pulled off this gorgeous transition into a rear naked choke in round 2 that forced the tap. With this win, Bautista's now 9-1 dating back to 2021, and his resume includes wins over Jose Aldo and former Bellator champ Patchy Mix.
Got some news in my ear. You want a bonus?
Oh, hell yeah. There we go.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are you buying?
I'm buying everyone burgers. Let's go.
All right, let's go. For sure.
Yeah.
It's a cherry on top.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm super grateful. That's awesome. Man, it just feels so great to come off a loss, getting a win, main event, and get the bonus. I can't wait to go celebrate with my family.
He also picked up one of those new $100,000 bonuses for the submission, which he found out about during a post-fight interview on Paramount+. The MMA community went crazy on social media. Henry Cejudo tweeted that maybe he was wrong about Bautista. Michael Chiesa called his transitions poetry in motion. Bilal Muhammad, Kenny Florian, everyone's giving him props. This performance put Bautista on the map as a serious problem in that division. So there you have it. Paddy's ballooning up between fights like always. Arlovsky's defying age and cancer to become a two-sport champion. Joshua's considering Dagestan training camps. The welterweight division's full of drama, and we got last-second submissions causing controversy. This sport never stops giving us wild moments. Here's my question for you. Drop it in the comments. Do you think Bautista's next title shot material? Or does he need one more big win? Just so, this breakdown gave you everything you needed to know about this week in MMA. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell because things are about to get even crazier. I'll see you in the next one.